Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies, 18+.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, happy Thursday, episode 640 of Coach Unplugged. Before we jump in with day 3 of Coach Blaine and talking about practice planning, I'd like to talk about how easy to use Dr. Dish is. It is super easy, not only with your phone, but with the electronics are on it. It will, if you want to become a shooter, you got to shoot. So go over and check them out. Mention Coach Unplugged. They'll give you $350 off your next purchase. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com. It is a one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's community. It's mentorship from me. It's the COVID class, which I hope is up by the time this podcast goes, about how to deal with all the things that are going on now in the fall and the winter. I'm working on a class to kind of help us through that. I'm here to help. If there's something that we don't offer you, I'm an email or a phone call away. So I would question any other membership that has that kind of access. And I've experienced it. So come over and check us out, and let's head off to the podcast.
And you're kind of breaking it up the way I do. Like you did your stuff at the beginning, then you had your intense. Now you're not lightening. It's halftime a little bit, maybe water break. You talk to them, and stuff, and then you come back to the second half. I love that. Yeah.
And then we're going to do position breakdowns. Assistant coach is going to take the posts. I'm going to take the perimeters. I got here 15 minutes. We're going to work on that for 15 minutes. Then you can see at the end we're going to do team stuff.
Right.
We're going to come in and do transition offense.
Yeah.
And that's just what we're working on for the day. Rim run, kick ahead, post entry. Then we did deuce drag, where we get down, we're trying to get into a ball screen. And then we got one we talk about kick ahead, ace into a ball screen. And then we do it 5-on-5. We stat anytime we're playing 5-on-5 for the first month of the season. We've got managers. We're going to stat it. I used to do it in high school too for the first 2 weeks.
And what do you mean stat it? Like, what are you everything you can?
We'll keep it to assists, turnovers. We don't do rebounds. Shooting, layups or paint shot, mid-range shots, threes. We'll break them into those 3 categories. Assists, turnovers, and then we'll keep track of free throws as well. So we'll keep track of all that. I'm sure you do this too. You sit down with the kids as you get close to your first game, right? And you're trying to determine what their role is.
Right.
and you say to Steve, you're going to be the 9th man. And he's like, well, I should be the 6th. Well, you're 6 for 42 from 3.
Right.
You haven't made a layup since Sunday. So you got the stats there to show them.
Right. I love that.
And I get it. It's harder to do with high school.
And it's harder. I mean, it's easier to do come post Christmas because then I'll have stats on them. But
right. And we did it till we play a game. It gets to the point where we're going to play a game, then we'll stop because then, like you said, then I've got DAC stats and stuff.
Yeah.
So then you can see we're doing little free throws, another break, and then this cutting hard. I really like it. I can't think of who I stole. It was an NBA guy, but they'll have 4 lines, and each guy's going to get a shot, but they'll run an action with those 4 guys, with one ball, whatever it is, ball screen. You can make it up, whatever you want.
Right.
And, it's a ball screen, kick across, hit a post, whatever. Everybody gets a shot. Those 4 guys then have to sprint to the other end and get into your transition defense. The big guys got to go back and cover the rim, and we've got to get somebody to stop the ball. The other guys got to get to the gaps.
Okay.
And they hated doing that. Started to have some fun with it because they sort of made it fun of it because they'd start running down the court yelling. But I'm like, perfect. That's what we want you to do anyway.
Right.
So again, you're getting multiple things, right? You're getting some cutting, you're getting a little bit of passing, you're getting shooting, and you're getting some transition defense. And then you can see the 5-on-5 half. We're going to run with it's day 3, so we don't have a lot to run, but we're going to run. We're going to play a little bit, just in the half court. We're going to stat it, and then we always end practice. Well, and I didn't do this until deep into my career. I made the teams early. How many times when you're young, you're at practice, and you're like, whoops, okay, Todd, you're blue, and you're blue.
I always come to practice with teams made because some days it will be my starting 5, some days it will be even groups. I love that. Yeah.
Yes. One year I had 5 left-handers, so I made them one team just to entertain myself.
I do like that, and it's like, yeah. I mean, I think that's a good thing for young coaches too, is like, especially if you have 12, 15 guys. Mm-hmm. Back in like the Wesley years, I would have my top 7. Everyone in the world knew my top 7 was. And I think sometimes we lost a little edge because I did that. I think you got to change it up, balance the team sometimes. I think you got to there's all times where you got to put your starting 5 together. I get it, but I like that idea. So you have 3. You have 3 groups of 3. You have 3 teams. Blue, gold, and red, and then you have 2 teams of blue and a gold. You're doing different things with those groups then.
Right. Like the 2-team groups was for the Louisville drill because that only had 2 teams.
Right.
And the 3-team groups was for all the stuff up here. The 4-on-4 gaps, the gaps and go, the no gaps.
Yeah.
That was for all those.
Yep.
But we always end with a timed and scored shooting drill. We've got 4 different ones that we use. 206 is – I'll try to explain it. They're at the elbows. So there's 4 balls. There's 1 ball at each elbow, and there's a line at each elbow.
Okay. So
if I start on the left side of the floor, I'm going to shoot from that elbow and always run down. I'm always going to stay on the same side of the floor.
Okay.
So there's going to be guys going back and forth.
They're going up and down. Yep. I get it.
Yep. They have to count. There's nobody on the scoreboard other than time. So they've got to talk to each other about how many shots have been made at each basket. Because at the end, both baskets have to have, this is early in the year, it was 200. By the end of the year, our goal will be 260.
So the one basket has to count. The two lines at that one basket have to count? Okay.
And as they run by each other.
It's not the same people on one side have to count. It's the basket. Okay.
Right. Exactly. So as they run by each other, they got to tell each other, hey, 41 here, 41 here.
Right.
And they got to communicate. And then they got to count them out. And I've sat at baskets and watched them themselves out of 7 makes. And I'm like, I'm not telling them.
Right.
If they cheat ahead by accident, I tell them that. But not if they go backwards. But it forces communication. At first, I didn't understand it and didn't really like it. And my old assistant put it in. I didn't really know if I liked it, but now I love it. I think it's a great
I think it's a great drill. I love that drill.
Yeah. And like I said, we start with 200. I think 220 is realistic. By the end of the year, we'll really challenge them.
Do you think 200 is realistic for my high school team?
Yeah, I think for your high school team it is, yeah.
Early? Okay.
Yep. You guys are probably good enough and you'll know.
That's what I tell coaches too, is when you're doing a drill like that, when you're doing time, you can even do it a couple times and just keep track and don't tell them. And then that's your bar. That's what we do with our drills.
Yeah.
And that's as low as we're going because we've run it 3 times. You go low, we're getting on the line, blah, blah, blah. But
perfect. That's exactly right.
Great idea. Okay.
The other ones, one we call pride shooting, but that's just the 3 lines with the 2 guys at the other end. So you're kick out, kick ahead, layup. Everybody does that.
Yep.
That's one of them. We have one we call peer pressure shooting, where now there's a line at the elbow and a line on the wing, and the wing passes the elbow and they shoot a jump shot, and you just change lines. And 4 minutes, 2 minutes on one elbow, and when the clock gets to 2 minutes, they change sides. This one, we do keep it on the – well, we actually make them count that, but it's easy. There's only 1 basket and 3 balls.
Right.
I don't think we've ever broken 100. My state championship team got 91, and that was the best anybody got until this year. Our college team, 80, 85 was about a good – this year they finally got 96.
Ooh, that's really good.
So I'll change the number from day to day, but like you said, you got to do it a few times and
figure it out.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
So this is basically a preseason practice. Like,
yes,
you're just starting.
Even in season, yes. Even in, this is, day 3.
Okay.
Then we'll do the 6-ball shooting that we talked about. It's a 3-point shooting drill for 3 minutes. So we'll do something like that. And if you don't hit your target score, there's a penalty.
Okay.
And, it's not a huge penalty. It might be a 4 or an 11. Nothing major, but just a thrill for a win too.
Right.
Hey, we won. We're done.
Right.
That's early.
Okay. That was September. So that's like, for a high school coach, that would be early, mid-December, mid-November. That'd be like right into the beginning of the season.
Right. So I got November 4th on here.
So September, so no, it was October. This would be more like a January practice for a high school coach.
We've played a game. Is it on the screen now?
Probably no, it's not. You got to share it. There we go. On the bottom and share, I think. I don't see it.
November 4th.
This is practice 30.
Yeah. Right. So for high school, that's going to be January for sure. Yeah. For us, we've probably played 2 games.
Okay.
I think we played the first and second. I think this is probably a Tuesday. That might be Monday. So again, we're coming out with 5-ball drill, which is
it's very similar. The beginning part's very similar. Yeah.
Yep. It's going to be, in fact, like my practice plan, like the first 3-4 things are going to be the same all the time, just a different drill to start. Like 5-ball drill is it's a up and down the court drill for 6 minutes. You change sides at 3 minutes. I won't get into explaining it, but point guards are always point guards. Wings are always wings. Posts are always posts. So you're getting shots from your spot. Right. And, again, break a sweat, and then we'll stretch. And then again, we're doing closeouts.
Yep.
And we must have been scissoring our closeouts over the weekend, because that's my point of emphasis on that one, is don't scissor.
Right.
We really try to work hard on squaring guys up. We're a force middle team. But we don't want to open up and give them middle. So we try to square guys up.
The problem is this is an issue with high school kids. When you say force middle, they'll literally like give them they'll like, here you go. It's like, I'm not saying push them middle.
Yeah. I mean, give them a layup.
Yes. Hey, Coach, I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Make sure you subscribe and like. Those do mean a lot to us. The written reviews are really important. Two other things that you can do to help us out that doesn't cost you anything. First thing, you can go over and subscribe and like and join our YouTube channel, Teach Hoops. You get updates all the time on that. You can also, if you do any sort of shopping on Amazon, you can click our Amazon link down below, www.teachhoops.com/Amazon. Bookmark that. Anytime you do any shopping on Amazon, we get a small little commission, and it helps us with our hosting fees. And if you really, really, really want to help us out, you come over and join teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better, become a better basketball coach. It's one of the reasons I got into this, was to not only help my players, but to help other coaches. And like I said, we ask our players to work on their craft. Are you working on your craft? Let me help you become a better basketball coach. All right, back to the podcast.
So that's a big thing for us is really squaring guys up and get like a quarter of a body to the baseline, and what as the case may be. Then again, we mustn't guard the ball, or maybe whatever. We get 2-on-2, just guarding the ball and getting into your gap. And so it looks a lot like the first one, but you can see it's defense first. We went 4-on-4, no gaps. And then we did a baseline rotation drill where it's 5-on-5, where we set up. We're going to start it on one corner, swing to the opposite corner. We're going to allow that guy to drive baseline, and then we're going to rotate and cover that right.
Right.
And we'll do it both directions. So we'll do it with a strong side post on the drive and a weak side post. And then we'll flip teams and do it again. And then again, so you see that we've done the defense. Now we're going to do a shooting drill that, like you talked about, it's halftime. We're going to take a little break. So this one's a little shorter.
And what's your theory on water break?
We give them fairly often.
Right.
So we get done with the drill. We'll just go get a drink, come on back. If anything puts us behind in our schedule, that's it. We just give them, whenever.
Yeah. Here's what I did. Here's one thing I've done with my teams is I give each one of them their own water bottle, and they're in charge of it. I hate water breaks, to be honest with you. So whenever you have a break and you need a drink, go get it. But so I bought them all.
Same thing.
Yeah, they all have their own water bottles, because literally, I think I'm smart now with COVID-19. Like, no one drank out of anybody else's thing.
Yeah.
And then just it's your job to fill it up. It's your job to replace it.
Yeah.
You guys are junior, seniors in high school, you don't need to go ask me. Just fill it up and come back in, and let's go to work.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so there's bubblers on each side at the one baseline. Same thing.
Bubblers are water fountains for people that are not from the Midwest. So I'm just telling
funny,
you.
We just had that on Twitter yesterday. One of our one of our girls did a thing where it was, they're asking them questions, and that was one of the questions: bubbler or water?
Oh, it's crazy. Like, I mean, people listen to the podcast all over the world, and they're going to, somebody from Hungary is going to go, what the hell is a bubbler? It's a water fountain that you drink water out of.
Exactly.
It's like soda Pepsi. It's a soda pop thing, I think.
Yeah. I'm a soda guy.
Yeah, soda pop kind of. Yeah.
But same thing, hey, you're 21 years old. Go get a drink. Just be back in line when it's your turn again.
Right.
That's all I ask.
Right.
And so then we're doing the next, it looks like it's probably offense, 4-on-4, working on different screens, on a split screen and on a curl and a pop. And we must have started putting in our 5 out. We did, because I don't think we had to end the first weekend. So we're messing around with 5 out. And then at 5:18, we're adding a new play.
Right.
Raptor is a hammer action, a pistol hammer type action. And then another shooting drill. And then, so I don't know, I was being nice on this day, I guess. We finished with champion free throws. So this day was different. I say usually we use those 4 drills that we finished.
Right.
I just did something different on this day where.
But what I say to coaches too, that's okay. You got to read. There'd be days I'll stop practice at 5:18 and we'll go play dodgeball. You got to read your group sometimes too. Yeah. I mean,
you know what else I've done, Steve, too, and I just started doing this in the last couple of years. Instead of getting mad at us when we're just having one of those days, I've gone in and said, all right, guys, time out. You go talk to them yourselves. You got 60 seconds. It's a timeout. We're going to come back and we're going to be better in practice. All right. It's worked most of the time. No, not every time. Sometimes they come back and still stink, but we still got to finish. But
and there'll be times where I'll give the guys 5 timeouts. I'll say, okay, we're going to practice for 2 hours. You guys get 3 fulls. You can take them whenever you want.
That. Yeah.
And they call timeouts, and I find out first of all who the leaders are, and then that's
good.
They'll take a timeout and just say, I'm done. We need to go get a drink. I go, okay, and I'll give them a couple minutes, whatever.
Sure,
that's your full.
I like that.
And it's like it gives them the break, it gives them the control. I don't really care, and then I can go talk to my coaches, and it's like, well, that drill didn't work. What do we need to do?
And you're empowering them.
It's like, here's your 5 timeouts. Yeah. Use them whenever you want. Yeah,
that's good. And I don't know if I just grabbed. I actually had to sneak into my office today to go get these out of my office. I just grabbed one that was mid. So
that's okay. And let's go to the one at the end then. So we'll look at a little difference here, and then we'll come back. So I got a bunch. I don't want to keep you all night, but I got a bunch.
You're all right. You're all right. I don't mind. So
I'm telling you, as you're looking this up, you'll love this because I sent that thing out and asking people for. Usually, I can get people to do podcasts, but it was like it filled up in 32 minutes. It's like. I literally have one for the next 2 weeks every night because I think people are sitting around want to talk hoops. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, true.
Everyone's in their house, so it's like the COVID-19 made my getting podcasts done. You're there. You're not sharing them. You're here. You're probably under. I'm going to tell you what happened. So first of all, you're not old enough to remember Zoom the TV show, so you need to YouTube Zoom the TV show.
Okay.
There was a Zoom when I was growing up. You'll think it's funny. You're probably under another tab is what happened.
I just cleared all the tabs, but you can hear me.
I can hear you. I can see.
Really?
It's okay. We can talk through the third one. We don't have to see.
Oh, no. Okay, because I eliminated myself, apparently. Like, I can't see myself. I can see you and I can hear you, but I can't see myself.
You're here. You're good.
All right.
It's all right.
Then we're good.
We can talk.
All right. That works. I'll look at a blank screen.
So let's talk about the third one. Do you remember what's on the third one?
Yeah, I've got it right in front of me, actually.
Okay, let's do that. And we don't have to put it on the screen.
No, and this one's crazy short. So at 2:40, it's a Friday. We're playing in the conference tournament semifinal on Saturday. At 2:45, because everything's done with school at 2:30 or 2:15 on Fridays. We're doing scouting and video.
Okay.
I've got a half hour, but it's however long it takes.
And what do you use for scout? What do you use for scout? You use Synergy?
That's what we use for video. We have a scouting program called Just Play.
Okay.
It's really cool. It will bring in, my assistant does it, but it will bring in like here's the starting 5 for Peru State.
Right.
It will upload or download their stats to it.
Okay.
So it puts it right in the program. He'll put pictures and then he puts the notes by each guy.
Okay.
There'll be a spot. So anyway, that's our scouting. We'll go over that and then we'll watch video. We don't watch much of us. Well, we don't watch hardly any of us day 4 game. That's usually like for after.
Yeah.
Right. So So it was video on them. And then we go down and we'll do a dynamic warm-up just because we've been sitting around for a while. So we've got them, doing some high knees and that kind of thing. And then we do game day prep. We always we call it speed layups. And I can't think of what coach I got this from, but I loved it. So instead of just doing layups where you adjust your feet so you can just shoot a normal right-handed layup.
Right.
So we'll start at half court. I throw the ball to you, and then I take off on a sprint. You hit me. I have to shoot the layup to whatever my feet lead me to. So if my feet lead me to a reverse layup, I shoot
that's where you got to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. If they lead me to a Stockton, I do that. Or a Kyrie.
Yeah, the old days of, right layup, right leg. I mean, how often do you actually do that in the game?
Exactly.
Never. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and so we'll do that. And then we'll just shoot a couple of jump shots out of that same drill and switch sides, and then we'll stretch. Then we're doing a shooting drill just to, hey, it's that time of year, man. If we're going to win, we got to make shots. We'll pick something like for these guys, the team Peru State who we played, they were phenomenal off the bounce.
Right.
So we worked on a lane line drive coverage, making sure we weren't helping off corners and we were flooding our help.
Okay.
Then we went into defending Peru State in the half court for 20 minutes where my assistant took the scout team. He would draw up the plays on the dry erase board, and then they'd come attack us.
I love that. We do that. Yep. We do that all the time. We do that.
And then we'll straighten them out, and they'll run it 10 times, and then we'll move on to the next play. And then
here's your out of bounds play. Go down there, and then so what I usually do is like here, take these 6 or 7, go down there and run, Janesville Craig stuff, and then I'll work with my guys on our quick hitters, our out of bounds, our stuff with nobody, and then. Yeah, I love that.
I do too. And then we're fortunate enough that we had a junior on the scout team who he'll be a senior next year. He's gonna be one of our captains. Honestly, he's not going to play a meaningful minute. And we've had this. He and I have had this conversation already. But he's invaluable,
right?
Because he's an upperclassman on the scout team, and he's making sure these young guys are doing it right, are paying attention. They aren't just goofing around. And I called him in. In fact, the day of this practice, I called him in and just talked to him about that, how valuable you are. I don't tell you that enough.
Right.
And we're not.
Some of those freshmen are thinking, I'm just waiting for my time.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just waiting. Yeah. Like, my time will come. Yeah.
And those guys that just love being, a Spartan or a Zephyr or whoever, they're invaluable.
And I'm telling you, how many coaches are going to use COVID-19 as a prime example? Don't assume something's going to happen.
Yeah.
This might be your last season. Like, how many spring sport athletes, their season's over. Like, never happened. And
then again, we go back. Then we went to a shooting drill. We did a partner shooting drill.
Okay.
Then we went to our half-court offense. We added a new quick hitter for the game. It was one of their plays, so we called it Bobcat, which is their nickname. That. So we're like, we're going to run it right back at them because they kicked our butt with it the last time we played them.
We've done that. I've run Craig's out of bounds play right back at him. It's like, we'll get good at it, and then we'll know what you're going to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've done this for 20 plus years. We script our first 3 plays.
See, I've tried that. Does it work? Do you think it works? And does it change?
Yes
and does the script first of all, does it help the kids feel more secure? Do you change the script game to game?
Yes, we change it game to game.
Okay.
Good. And I'll tell them it like, Steve, we'll do it for different reasons. Sometimes we're just doing it. We're going to run a play because they run 4 different ball screen defenses. I want to see how they're going to guard us.
You're prodding the front line basically. Yeah.
Sometimes we'll do it because we think we've got a good matchup on whatever it is. So we're going to run an action to get Nick in space against the guy that's guarding him because he can't guard him. So let's run that early.
Right.
Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes we're just doing it. Let's make sure our post guy gets a touch because we don't throw it to him enough. So let's make sure Josh gets a touch. But there's different reasons that we'll run it. And so I think you know what? I've never actually
tracked it.
I should track it.
And it'd be a good thing to do right now when you have all this free time.
Yeah, it would.
How often do you have shot clock problems?
We hardly have any. I would be willing to bet I can think of 1 shot clock violation all season. Synergy is
because your guys can, if they have the ball, they can create something.
Right. Right.
So this is my whole issue. And I've told Jerry, I said, I don't really care if there's a shot clock, but I'm going to take the other side. And here's the reason. First of all, I think high school athletics, only a small percentage of these kids are actually going to play college. Mm-hmm. So us prepping them for that is a silly reason, in my opinion. High school athletics is unique in the sense that the game can be different. You might see a first fast-paced game. You might see a Hey, Coach, hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you subscribe and like. Go over right now. Stop. Join teachhoops.com. Say, I want to become a better basketball coach. I want to win a state title. I want to learn what it takes to take my team to the next level. Well, I can help you do that. I've been through all the battles you've been through. Let me help you through this great process we call coaching. All right, have a great day.